Adventist vegetarian diabetics. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Exercise. Law of health, number 2. There is no exercise that can take the place of walking. By it, the circulation of the blood is greatly improved. Walking, in all cases where it is possible, is the best remedy for diseased bodies, because in this exercise all of the organs of the body are brought into use. Ellen White. The importance of exercise to a diabetic is second only to nutrition. The exercise you choose is up to you and your healthcare practitioner. Conventional wisdom says that walking is the best exercise for a diabetic, and that ideally you should walk 10,000 steps, roughly 5 miles, every day. Normative data indicate that healthy adults typically take between 4,000 and 18,000 steps a day, and that 10,000 steps a day is reasonable. My pain physical therapist confirmed that walking does use all the body parts. And while exercise, by itself, does not directly result in weight loss, over time, exercise will help decrease insulin resistance. I have proven to myself, over and over, that the combination of daily walking and intermittent fasting definitely lowers blood glucose and insulin levels. High-intensity interval training. Present truth, a.k.a. recent studies, tells us that high-intensity interval training, HIIT, may be more effective for diabetics, and it can be combined with daily walking. The interval training program appears to confer greater improvements than the continuous training program. Several years ago, I went to Curves, a gym especially for women, which is known for its 30-minute interval training circuit, incorporating 30 seconds of high-intensity workout, alternating with 30 seconds of low-intensity recovery. I was successful in losing weight, but it was extremely hard, because I was still eating a high-carb diet. Unfortunately, my work schedule became too tight, and the local Curves reduced their hours, so it was no longer possible for me to keep going to Curves. Now that I have a flexible work schedule and more time, I cannot afford a Curves membership again. Unfortunately, Curves' popularity has declined in the last few years, but walking will never go out of style. When to exercise. One caveat: do not exercise if your blood glucose is over 250 mg per deciliter, or 13.3 millimoles per liter. If your blood glucose is high and you don't have enough insulin in your body to use the glucose, or, more correctly, if you are insulin resistant and your cells do not allow the insulin in, your cells will continue to signal they need glucose for fuel, and your liver will continue to put out that glucose. Without insulin sensitivity to let the glucose into the cells, the glucose keeps building up in your blood, pushing your blood glucose levels higher and higher. You can walk gently, but no aggressive exercise. Some studies show that exercising after the evening meal is more effective than exercising before meals. Postprandial walking may be more effective at lowering the glycemic impact of the evening meal in individuals with type 2 diabetes, compared with pre-meal or no exercise, and may be an effective means to blunt postprandial glycemic excursions. However, any time that you exercise is beneficial to your diabetic health. Some people find that exercise causes their blood glucose to increase rather than decrease. They ask, why does exercise sometimes raise blood sugar? The answer: exercise can trigger the body to release stress hormones, like adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline can stimulate the liver and the adrenal glands to release glucose and cortisol, which makes you more resistant to insulin. Typically, the post-exercise blood sugar spike settles down, and returns to normal after an hour or two, so check again after some time. How much to exercise? If you are at risk for diabetes, but not yet diagnosed, you need to spend a minimum of 30 minutes a day for 5 days, to decrease your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. A major clinical study, called the Diabetes Prevention Program, studied people at risk for diabetes. It showed that lifestyle changes involving 150 minutes of exercise per week decreased the risk of progressing to type 2 diabetes by 58%. One bonus you will enjoy from exercise is boosting brain function, cognition, from increasing blood flow to the brain. Anything that gets your heart rate up will increase blood flow to the brain, and can provide an uptick in cognition. What if you can't exercise? If you are mobility challenged, there are still many exercises you can do while sitting in a chair or a wheelchair. And you can do modified versions of Tai Chi and yoga while seated. If you have a YouTube account, find and make a playlist of exercise videos you can do indoors. Now you will have no excuse for not exercising when it's too hot, too cold, too smoky, from local fires, or too rainy or snowy. Check our website, AdventistVegetarianDiabetics.com, for more detailed information on walking, hiking, running, swimming, cycling, HIIT, strength training, and cardio. What is the best exercise for you to reverse or prevent diabetes? The answer: any exercise you enjoy enough to do every single day. I once asked my doctor if I needed to exercise every day. Her response: "Are you a diabetic every day?" Visit our website at AdventistVegetarianDiabetics.com. Follow our blog at AdventistVegetarianDiabetics.com/blog posts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/AdventistVegetarianDiabetics. Copyright by Adventist Vegetarian Diabetics.